All right, so are you ready for this? Get ready to like dive deep into a company I think you probably know, but maybe not really.
Yeah,
Really know.
right.
We're talking Yamaha, and you're probably thinking pianos, right?
That's a starting point for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yamaha pianos are iconic, but what we're going to uncover in this deep dive is just how much bigger this company is than
Right.
just music.
Exactly. We've got like a stack of sources here, like historical stuff about the founder, deep dives into motorcycles, even a glimpse into their work with AI and the metaverse.
Yeah.
So if you thought Yamaha was just about your grandma's piano, like get ready to have your mind blown.
Totally. Let's start with the man who kicked it all off, Torakusu Yamaha, born in 1851. His dad was a scientific instrument maker, so he was already around like precision and craftsmanship.
Right.
But the turning point in his life, the spark that ignited the Yamaha empire, came from a broken reed organ at a school.
Wait, a broken organ? That doesn't sound like the most glamorous start to a global company.
It wasn't. It was 1887, and Torakusu was actually known for repairing medical equipment at the time. But this broken organ fascinated him. He didn't just fix it. He became obsessed with how it worked, how it was built.
So this one repair job, like basically set him on a whole new path.
Absolutely. Torakusu taught himself everything about Western music and organ construction.
Yeah.
He built his first organ, which, probably wasn't a masterpiece, but
Right.
that wasn't the point. He was driven to learn and improve. He even carried one of his early organs on foot all the way to Tokyo to have it evaluated by experts.
Talk about dedication. So he clearly had the talent and the drive, and I'm guessing this all leads up to like the official founding of Yamaha.
You got it. By 1897, the Nippon Gaki Co., Ltd., was born. Yamaha, as we know it, officially enters the scene, starting with those reed organs.
Okay.
But they didn't stay there for long.
So this is where the piano part comes in.
Exactly.
Cool.
They produced their first upright piano in 1900, and just 2 years later, they were already making grand pianos. That's an insane pace of development.
It's like they had this blueprint, master one thing, then immediately level up.
Right.
But I'm curious, were people taking Yamaha pianos seriously at this point? Weren't European pianos like considered the gold standard?
They were, but Yamaha wasn't afraid to compete. And a key part of their success was their commitment to quality. They brought modern production techniques to Japan using the best materials, and that set a new standard for instrument making in the country.
So by the time Torakusu Yamaha passed away in 1916,
Yeah.
he left behind a company that was already like making waves, not just in Japan,
Right.
but internationally.
Yeah.
But what I find really interesting is that Yamaha didn't become a one-trick pony.
Right.
They didn't just stick to pianos.
You're right. And this is where their story takes a turn that a lot of people don't expect. It involves motorcycles, and to understand it, we need to go back to post-World War II Japan.
Okay, this is where I'm starting to see the connections between our sources.
Okay.
Japan is rebuilding people need transportation. And Yamaha, with their expertise in precision engineering, they see an opportunity.
Exactly. Think about it. They were already masters of working with metal and wood for instruments. That precision, that understanding of materials translated perfectly into the world of motorcycle manufacturing.
So in 1955, the YA1 motorcycle hits the road. And that same year, Yamaha Motor Co., Ltd. is established.
Yeah.
Now we've got these two branches, musical instruments and motorcycles, both built on this foundation of quality and innovation that Torakusu Yamaha instilled from the beginning.
It's fascinating how they took this seemingly unrelated field and applied their existing skills to become a major player. And remember, this is a time when Japan was really starting to make a name for itself in manufacturing, especially with motorcycles.
And Yamaha motorcycles became iconic.
Yeah.
We've got information here about their racing success, their innovative engine designs,
Yeah.
the legendary RD series. They weren't just making bikes. They were shaping motorcycle culture.
And to this day, they remain one of the top 3 motorcycle manufacturers in the world. It's mind-blowing when you think about it. This company, known for beautiful grand pianos, is also responsible for some of the most powerful and sought-after motorcycles on the planet.
Okay, but wait a minute, because we're only in the 1950s at this point,
Right.
and there's so much more to unpack. We've got electronics, robots, AI. How did they manage to get involved in all of these other industries?
That's the amazing thing about Yamaha. They didn't limit themselves. They saw opportunities and weren't afraid to leverage their expertise in new and unexpected ways. Take their move into electronics, for example. In 1966, they started making hi-fi audio equipment.
So from making beautiful music to making the equipment that makes music sound beautiful.
Right.
It seems like a natural progression, but I'm guessing there's more to it than that.
You're right. It wasn't just about making speakers and amplifiers. They became leaders, particularly in professional audio equipment. Their deep understanding of sound, honed through decades of building musical instruments, gave them a unique edge. Think about concert halls, recording studios, even broadcast facilities. Yamaha became a trusted name in those spaces.
It's like their expertise in sound just kept expanding outward. And speaking of expanding outward, we've got sources here on robots, like actual robots working in factories.
Yeah.
Did they start building robots to help build their instruments?
That's a great question. While the specific origin of their robotics division is an interesting detail, what's really fascinating is that Yamaha robots became essential in various industries, particularly in the manufacturing of electronics and even medical equipment. This speaks to their ability to take their precision engineering to a whole new level.
Okay, so we've got instruments, motorcycles, and now robots. But our sources go even further. We're talking about AI-powered music creation voice synthesis software like Vocaloid, which powers virtual singers like Hatsune Miku, and even space tech.
Yes. And this is where things start to feel truly futuristic. While details about Yamaha's space tech endeavors are limited, we know they've been involved in developing motors for exploration vehicles.
Hold on, motors for space vehicles. That seems like a huge leap from pianos and motorcycles. How did they even get involved in that?
This is where we have to look back at their core strengths. Remember, this is a company built on a foundation of precision engineering, a deep understanding of mechanics, and a relentless pursuit of innovation. Those skills are highly valuable in the space industry.
So it's not just about building a motor. It's about building a motor that can operate in the harsh conditions of space.
Right.
That can be relied upon for critical missions.
Exactly. And that's where Yamaha's legacy of quality and reliability comes into play. They're not just dipping their toes into space tech. They're bringing their A game, just like they have in every other field they've entered.
Okay, I need a moment to catch my breath. We've gone from repairing a broken organ to motorcycles, robots, and now space exploration. Yamaha's journey is truly mind-blowing.
It is a remarkable story of evolution and expansion. But before we get too caught up in spaceships, let's get back to the present and the future. It's important to clarify that Yamaha Corporation, focusing on music and electronics, and Yamaha Motor Co., the motorcycle and engine powerhouse, are now separate entities.
Right, but as we've seen, they're linked by this shared heritage, this DNA of precision and innovation, the Torakusu Yamaha embedded in the company's very foundation.
Absolutely. And both companies are still at the top of their game. Yamaha is the world's biggest musical instrument maker, a leading motorcycle brand, and a major innovator in technology and AI. It's almost overwhelming how much they're involved in.
So let's dive into some specifics. Our sources highlight some seriously cool, cutting-edge stuff that Yamaha's working on right now.
Right.
What stands out to you? Where should we start?
Well, how about we bridge their musical legacy with their AI prowess? Let's talk about the Yamaha CFX Grand Piano AI.
Oh yeah, this one is fascinating. I read about it. It's like having a super intelligent piano tuner built right into the instrument.
More than a tuner, it's like having a responsive musical partner. It uses artificial intelligence to analyze how you're playing, your style dynamics, everything, and then adjust the tone of the piano in real time to match. It's like having a personalized sound experience every time you sit down to play.
It's incredible how they've taken this traditional instrument and seamlessly integrated cutting-edge technology. Does this AI adapt to each player differently? Could you have two people play the same piece and get completely different tonal qualities from the piano?
That's a great question, and the answer is yes. The AI is constantly learning and adjusting to the nuances of each player's touch and style. So even with the same piece, two different performers could elicit unique tonal responses from the instrument. It's like the piano itself becomes an extension of the musician's individual expression.
It's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities, especially for composers and performers. And this AI integration isn't limited to pianos, right? We have information here on the Genos 2 workstation, which seems like a dream machine for musicians, especially those who perform live.
Absolutely. It's an arranger keyboard loaded with AI-powered accompaniment features. Imagine having a full band backing you up, but it's all controlled by intelligent software that adapts to your playing.
Instead of relying on pre-recorded backing tracks, musicians can have this dynamic, responsive accompaniment that reacts to their every note and change in tempo. It's like having an AI bandmate that's always in sync with you.
That's a great way to put it. And speaking of technology that adapts to the musician's needs, Yamaha's silent pianos are a game changer for practice.
These seem especially relevant for musicians who live in apartments or shared spaces where noise could be an issue.
Exactly. They're acoustic pianos, so you get that authentic feel, but they have this technology that lets you play with headphones. So you can practice in the middle of the night and no one else hears a thing.
It's brilliant how they've solved a practical problem while still preserving the essence of playing a traditional acoustic piano. It's like they're constantly finding ways to make music more accessible and enjoyable for everyone.
That seems to be a recurring theme in their innovations. And then there's the world of virtual music and vocal manipulation, which Yamaha is heavily involved in with their Vocaloid software. Have you ever heard of Hatsune Miku?
Of course.
Hmm.
She's a virtual pop star, right? I've seen
Yeah.
videos of her concerts, and it's wild. It's like a fusion of anime music and technology.
That's her. And the technology behind her voice is Yamaha's Vocaloid software. It uses AI to manipulate singing voices, and it's gotten incredibly sophisticated. People are creating entire albums and virtual concerts using Vocaloid voices.
It's interesting how Yamaha, a company rooted in traditional instruments, is now at the forefront of this digital music revolution.
It speaks to their adaptability and willingness to embrace new technologies. They're not clinging to the past, they're shaping the future of music. And speaking of shaping the future, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about what they're doing in the realm of motorcycles, particularly with electric bikes and hydrogen engines.
Right, because while they're exploring the cutting edge of virtual music, they're also tackling real-world issues like sustainability and the future of transportation.
Exactly. Yamaha is deeply committed to developing environmentally friendly technologies. They're releasing electric motorcycles and scooters like the EO1 and EMF, which are perfect for urban environments. But what's particularly intriguing is their research into hydrogen engine technology.
This seems like a bold move considering that hydrogen fuel cell technology is still relatively new and faces challenges in terms of infrastructure and cost. What makes Yamaha so confident in this approach?
Well, it's true that hydrogen technology has hurdles to overcome. Yamaha sees it as a long-term solution with the potential to revolutionize transportation. They're investing heavily in research and development, aiming to create hydrogen engines that are efficient, affordable, and accessible to a wide range of consumers.
It's inspiring to see them taking on these challenges and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But there's one prototype that really captures the imagination, almost like something out of science fiction, the Motoroid 2.
Oh, yes. This one is truly remarkable. It's an AI-powered motorcycle that can actually balance itself and follow its rider. It's like something out of a sci-fi film.
I saw a video of it, and it's mind-blowing. It almost seems alive, like it's sensing its surroundings and reacting to the rider's movements. It's a glimpse into a future where our vehicles might be more like partners than machines.
That's a great way to describe it. It challenges our perception of what a motorcycle can be. And even though Yamaha Corporation and Yamaha Motor Co. are separate entities, they both seem to have this knack for creating things that feel both innovative and deeply human-centric.
It's like they're not just focused on the technology itself, they're focused on how that technology can enhance our lives, whether it's through music, transportation, or even something as seemingly fantastical as a self-balancing motorcycle.
Exactly. They seem to understand that technology is a tool, and the true innovation lies in how we use that tool to create meaningful experiences and solve real-world problems.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground, AI-powered instruments, environmentally friendly motorcycles, and robots that are working behind the scenes in various industries. But we haven't even touched on their involvement in gaming, esports, and the metaverse.
You're right. And this is where Yamaha's expertise in sound and technology converge with the rapidly evolving world of digital entertainment.
Let's talk headsets. Soundbars mixers. It seems like Yamaha is all about creating immersive audio experiences that give gamers a competitive edge.
They've got products like the YHG-01 headset, which is lightweight but delivers high-fidelity sound. And for streamers and esports pros, the ZG-01 gaming mixer is a game changer. It gives you total control over your audio in real time.
And what about 3D spatial audio? It's a huge trend in gaming, and our sources indicate that Yamaha is a leader in this area. Can you explain what makes it so special and how it's impacting the gaming experience?
3D spatial audio is revolutionizing gaming by creating a truly immersive soundscape. Imagine being able to pinpoint the exact location of an enemy in a first-person shooter based on the direction of their footsteps or the sound of their weapon reloading. That's the power of 3D spatial audio.
It's like bringing the sound design of a Hollywood blockbuster into the gaming world. It adds a whole new level of realism and intensity.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is that Yamaha's using AI to optimize sound based on the specific game you're playing. So if you're in a racing game, the engine sounds will roar to life with incredible detail and realism. Or if you're in a stealth game, even the slightest creak of a floorboard will be amplified, heightening the tension.
It's amazing how they're using technology to create these incredibly nuanced and immersive experiences. But they're not just making the gear right. they're also partnering with major players in the gaming industry.
You're absolutely right. Yamaha is working closely with companies like Sony, Microsoft, and NVIDIA to make sure their audio technology is seamlessly integrated into consoles and gaming laptops. They're ensuring that gamers get the best possible audio experience regardless of their platform.
And they're deeply involved in the esports scene as well, sponsoring events and pro teams, especially in racing games and first-person shooters.
Yes. They're supporting the growth of competitive gaming, recognizing that sound plays a crucial role in performance and strategy at the highest levels.
And we can't forget about VR and the metaverse.
Yeah.
It seems like Yamaha is already looking ahead to these emerging technologies and how sound will shape those experiences.
Absolutely. They're developing spatial audio for VR headsets, working on AI-powered virtual concerts. They're essentially building the soundscapes of the future.
It's incredible to see how they're taking their expertise in sound and technology and applying it to these new, rapidly evolving fields.
It's as if they're not content with just creating sound. They want to create worlds through sound. They're building immersive sonic environments that can transport us to different places, different realities.
It's almost like they've come full circle.
Yeah.
They started by bringing music to people, and now they're bringing people to new worlds through sound and technology.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And I think it speaks to the enduring power of sound to connect us, to move us, and to transport us to realms beyond our imagination.
Wow, I am truly blown away by this deep dive into Yamaha. I mean, who knew that one company could have its hands in so many different things? It's really incredible.
It really is. It's a testament to their ability to adapt, to innovate, and to consistently push those boundaries of what's possible with sound and technology.
So as we wrap up this exploration of Yamaha, what are some key takeaways for our listener? What should they be thinking about after hearing all of this?
You know, I think the most important takeaway is that Yamaha is so much more than just that brand name on a piano. They've woven themselves into the fabric of modern life in ways we might not even realize.
It's true. We've seen how their products and technologies are everywhere, from the music we listen to and the motorcycles we ride, to those robots working behind the scenes in manufacturing and the immersive soundscapes of our favorite video games.
It's almost like a hidden network of Yamaha innovation connecting so many aspects of our lives, and I think it's worth taking a moment to reflect on that, to consider the role Yamaha plays in our own individual worlds.
Have you ever played a Yamaha instrument? Do you ride a Yamaha motorcycle? Do you use their audio equipment without even knowing it?
These are great questions to ask ourselves. It's easy to take for granted the technology and products we use every day, but when we pause to consider the history, the craftsmanship, the ingenuity behind something like a Yamaha product, it adds a whole new layer of appreciation.
And it sparks a sense of curiosity.
What
will they create next? What new world will they invite us into through sound and technology?
That's the exciting part. Yamaha's story is still being written, and with their track record of innovation, it's bound to be an incredible journey to follow.
I think this deep dive has given us all a new perspective on Yamaha. They're not just a company. They're a force for creativity, innovation, and connection.
Beautifully said. And to our listener, we encourage you to keep exploring. Dive deeper into the specific areas of Yamaha that pique your interest. Whether it's music, motorsports technology, or the metaverse, there's a whole world of Yamaha waiting to be discovered.
And remember, Yamaha's journey started with a spark of curiosity, a desire to understand how things work, and a passion for creating something beautiful and meaningful.
That same spirit of exploration and innovation continues to drive them today. Who knows what incredible creations they'll bring to the world in the years to come.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you for listening to this deep dive into the world of Yamaha. Until next time.